Yesterday at Gamescom opening night, we saw a little teaser for Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Granted, it wasn't full much gameplay at all. It kind of felt like they needed something just to be able to like throw in the presentation. But luckily earlier today, well, as of recording this, you could probably shove everything back a day by the time this goes up. People have gotten their hands on Requiem, the hands-on preview. So I've seen the creature that you can see in the thumbnail here. I've seen pictures. I've also seen Grace flailing about as she's trying to run. When I'm scrolling through Twitter, like the videos pop up. But I haven't looked at any gameplay in depth, so I'm really excited to kind of see what the game actually looks like. Because otherwise, I've seen like the little bits, like in the Gamescom opening night when it sort of transitions into gameplay. Looks like that. But anything specific, I haven't seen. So, yum. Me after a nice juicy steak, like.
Since 2017's Resident Evil 7, a regular staple of Capcom's horror series has been the inclusion of an enemy that
But yeah,
stalks
I
Jack
kind of
Baker bursts
vaguely
through a wall
looked
and
through, and it
into
looks
our
like there's
hearts. The world
gameplay
fell
over
in love
here.
with Mr. X. Take on the hulking, relentless pursuer. And so far, from my small 20-minute sample at Gamescom 2025, it feels like Capcom...
Ooh, whoa, fucking huge. So yeah, I believe this is who we saw before when they had shown like gameplay stuff, right? And you could sort of see that there's a creature in the darkness.
From my small 20-minute sample at Gamescom
So just from here, it looks like picked up a fuse, an empty bottle. That yuck, what a beautiful face. I've seen the theories about who this might be. I won't say anything. But yeah. It looks like there's a fucking fuse box behind this cabinet.
It feels like
God, look how tall she is, especially in first person.
More than lives up to the mantle of a Resident Evil story.
Oh, and there you just died. I can't imagine this is the enemy the whole game,
takes place
though.
at the Rhodes Hill Chronic Care Center and stars our latest protagonist, Grace Ashcroft.
At the just this place. So I assume this is the enemy for this like section here. It'll be kind of like 8, or I guess more like 7. It seems like, where you'll have each section with a kind of an unkillable enemy, and then by the end you end up fighting them and killing them.
Who creeps through the dimly lit and suitably spooky setting, armed only with a lighter and glass bottles. While I expect that combat will be a part of the full game, there were no firearms to be seen.
Oh, gotta run around and hide.
So there's an inherent emphasis on caution
while
creeping around the clinic's handful of rooms and single long connecting hallway. And if you think that sounds like an incredibly small location to explore, well, you're right. My sample of Requiem lacked any real kind of exploration and was largely a task of collecting item A to open item B, which allowed you to get item
Resident
C
Evil.
and so forth.
But I imagine this is even more streamlined, because it's a demo. They don't want you to see too much. That's not what they want you to see.
All sounds simple enough, right? Well, in classic survival horror fashion, your uneasy confidence is quickly jump scared out of existence upon the arrival of the as yet unnamed stalker enemy. After Grace discovers a lifeless zombie, or infected in her words, a hulking claw lurches into frame to manhandle the corpse.
So
the camera lifts
the game is in third and first person. You can switch between the two, right? Can you do cutscenes like this in third person? Or I wonder if it camera locks you for these moments, and then it shoots back out to third person.
As the creature plunges its teeth into the zombie's skull, both demonstrating the beast's sheer mass and how it has little consideration for the iconic fodder of the series. This new stalker is Lady D tall, with the frame of Resident Evil's Lisa Trevor and the vice-like jaw of a Wendigo. She has bulbous eyes, claws for hands, and a Quasimodo-like posture. Once unleashed, this stalker, like its recent relatives,
God, look at how
persistent,
big she is.
promptly reacting to the sounds, sights, and smells of Grace.
Smells. I assume that's just flavored text. I don't think there's a smell mechanic. Wait, hold on. I sort of sniff.
And like her xenomorph stalker cousin from Alien Isolation, this monstrosity can, and will, travel above you through the ceiling space, dropping down as quickly as you can scale her up. Basically, she's relentless and can easily outmaneuver you.
In before destroying the whole place. And then, okay, back to that fused empty bottle on the right.
There are a few tools in Grace's arsenal that can help you survive, though. The first being the aforementioned glass bottle. As you might expect, they're primarily used as a distraction tool, drawing the stalker's attention to the other end of the hallway and buying you time to slip past. It can also, in theory, be used as a weapon, although I'm not sure I'd recommend it. As with most stalking enemies, you can't kill or even damage Grace's pursuer. Perhaps Grace's
what was that?
Weapon, as you might have gathered by now, is sneaking. While crouching, you are afforded some moments of mercy as you take advantage of what
we know she has a gun at a certain point because we've seen her use a gun. So I wonder if
corners. It's a useful skill, particularly in the nurse's station room.
At the beginning of the game, she's not as confident, so she's hiding, and then she gets a bit more confident with a gun.
It does, however, only buy you a moment to slip by. And even when you reach a safer spot, flicking open your lighter to illuminate the darkness will draw the stalker's attention back
Here's
to you.
it, right?
Creep as much as you wish, but your pursuer is always hot on your
Look
heels,
how fucking
no
dark
how
it
carefully
is.
you tread.
Jeez.
Interestingly, this new enemy type does have an Achilles heel though. Light.
Damn.
Or
That fucking, that animation though, when she freaks out.
Interestingly, this new
pretty
enemy
good.
type does have an Achilles heel.
Pretty
though.
good.
Light. Or, more specifically, the bright white light of a room's ceiling lamp. The tiny flame from the lighter in Grace's hand didn't appear to make any difference. When chasing Grace into a well-lit room, the monster's
God, look
skin
at her
visibly
move.
burns, causing her to scream and then retreat. Not only does this put some of the power back into your hand,
Gamers and outside of their houses be like,
causing her to scream and then retreat. Not only does this put some of the power back into your hands, but it's also a nice interpretation of the rules of Resident Evil's safe rooms. If you've ever seen Mr. X's bizarre backpedaling when
oh, my eyes, oh, it's so bright, what the fuck? Jesus Christ, what are you playing RD2 remake with the gamma? 7 billion.
Entering your safe haven. While
fucking
there was
gamma,
neither
God,
much
my
space
eyes.
nor opportunity to explore, thanks to the small environment and constant presence of a terrifying stalker, what little exploring I did do felt, perhaps to no surprise, very familiar. Like Resident Evil 7, Village, and the series in general, you're managing inventory slots, examining items, finding strange keys to unlock strange doors, and fitting fuses into circuit breakers.
You know, remakes.
It's all very traditional, and fans of the series will feel completely at home.
Inventory system. I saw earlier with the lighter and stuff, it looks like like remakes, and then I guess 8s because it's sort of running on the same engine. How it like looks with up, down, left, right on your D-pad.
The first-person perspective of the more recent mainline games also remains, and at the suggestion of both the developer and myself, it's the optimal way to play a horror sequence like this one. However, following in line with the upgrade Capcom provided Resident Evil Village, you can also play Resident Evil Requiem from the classic third-person perspective. Your choice of camera can be changed on the fly in the menu anytime you wish, allowing you to freely switch and create a different kind of atmosphere. It's an interesting choice for a non-remake Resident Evil game, and certainly doesn't feel like an afterthought, even though it may cynically appear to be at first. In a way that perhaps only a AAA budget game can, both viewpoints are extremely well designed, with moments tailored for each experience to maximize the player's fear. In first person, the stalker looms larger and feels significantly more imposing, with the restricted field of vision allowing for scripted scares to have more impact. During the demo, you're forced to make some noise by moving a cart across the room to create a step to reach your next item of importance. With the more focused first-person viewpoint, mid-action you're treated to a giant, claw-shaped signifier of the beast's impending arrival scraping past the window. It's a panic-inducing
Here, sell me on
moment,
first person
and one
more
that
now.
loses its power when your hyper-specific point of view is opened up wide by a third-person camera.
That's fair. Okay. I see that.
It's clear though that Capcom is aware of this and has
Hold on, I was kind of blocking it.
by a third-person camera.
So it's over here. That's fair. Okay.
It's clear though that Capcom is aware of this and has made effort to maintain its scares despite your viewing preference. And in that short gameplay slice, that ethos was perfectly demonstrated. In first person, just after the stalker's introduction, you simply turn around to smoothly run down a hallway as fast as you can, leaving the stalker in your wake. And it's only the sounds of her shambling that follow that remind you that you're actually in danger.
Yeah, now show me third person. Because I think actually, as I'm seeing,
In
as I'm looking at this
however,
more, this is the most interesting part to me.
animations have great stumble and fall, building up the tension.
Like, look at
to
this.
make up for
That's
the
so
reduced
good.
level of threat produced by the wider vision-granting perspective. It's a lovely touch and something I'm hoping
Like,
to
she
see a
looks
ton
like she's
more of
freaking
in
the
full game,
fuck out.
hopefully providing ample amounts
That's
of
great.
horror despite
Awesome.
your perspective preference.
She's like running into walls and like pushing herself off. It's awesome.
My short playtime was such a small sample size of Resident Evil Requiem that it's very hard at this early stage to know whether ninth entry in the mainline series
Full
will
health.
Evil Requiem that it's very hard at this early stage
Device used to administer medicine in an emergency. Fully restores
to know
your health.
whether ninth entry in the mainline series will fit in comparison to its predecessors. And that's assuming that this scenario in the demo will even feature in the full game at all. There's a distinct possibility of this just being a bespoke demo, something that Capcom has prior experience in with Resident Evil 7's beginning hour. But
well,
even if
beginning hour was technically also in the final game though. Beginning, you could, it was a skippable segment for sure, but it was also present.
If this is just a tonal example, it's very hard to not be excited for what horrors Resident Evil Requiem has in store for us when this unstoppable beast arrives in 2026.
February. Yeah, I think this is like an earlier level, right? I assume this is after Grace is separated or loses her mom. I've heard people saying she dies. I don't know if that's real or not. I've heard theories that this is her mom.
And if you like that video and you want
But yeah, I assume this is probably an earlier area, and then as the game goes, you'll get weapons and be a bit more confident. But I assume you'll also probably kill this monster by the end of the segment, because that's typically what happens. But it looks really good. I don't know. I'm not sold on either perspective, because obviously there's moments that he was showing off with, like, the window here, right? That looks really good. But then also, I mean, this third person stumbling about is like great. If there's like animations made specifically for third person, you might want to do a playthrough for both, right? Do the first playthrough in first person, second playthrough in third person, just to see all the new stuff or differences that they made. Wonder if there's like cameras. Obviously, there's camera specific stuff in first person, but I wonder if there's any in third. But cool. I assume the next time... No, there's a Capcom showcase in October, I think. So that's probably our next time we'll see RE9 news. Followed by, what's his face? The Game Awards on December 11th. We'll probably see another trailer there. And then from there, it'll probably be close to the... just getting like a release trailer or something at that point. I wonder if they'll do a demo. 7 had the demo. 2 Remake had a demo. I think. 4 Remake had a demo. The opening sequence with the town. I don't remember if 8 had a demo or not. Trying to think. No, 8 did have a demo. Okay, we're probably going to get a demo for this, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's what they're playing here. It's probably a little bit more of a built-up version of what they're playing here. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. So if they do that, hopefully they, I really hope they don't, you know, do the thing where they like lock you, right? I think with 2 Remake, you're like locked 1 playthrough per account. I think 4 had another weird requirement or something. There's like a weird caveat with it. So hopefully it's just a normal thing you can play. So I don't have to download it here, then download it on my PlayStation and all that shit. But RE9 looks really good. I am super excited for it. Still looking for Leon. I saw like an IMDb page that apparently gave like a full list of actors and characters, but I don't think that's real. So, yeah, I am very excited.